Hi dear, Carrie here. This is specifically for those of you who keep hearing about other people who are having some great results with the program they've been doing for 4 weeks. What is that? How did I miss it? Don't worry about how you missed it. It doesn't matter. It came in a flash in June, and I rolled it out as a 4 week program, do it yourself at your own pace to help you get on top of your own thinking and your belief system and to kick through those things that are holding you back, those things that are making you feel stuck, or better yet, you're just stalled for a moment. And sometimes we need to do that to regroup, to reset, to get ready for what's coming next. But you don't have to sit anywhere longer than is necessary. So, this 4 week program that you keep hearing about, the first week is you getting in touch with you. It's you getting on top of your own thinking. It's a lecture on topic. It's a mental challenge for the week. And it's two recordings, one that is a meditation, 7 minutes every morning for that first week to get you in a place of getting on top of your thinking before it gets on top of you, because it will. Left to its own devices, the part of you that keeps you stuck where you are now wants to take you back to what happened yesterday because it knows yesterday and it knows it can keep you safe in that scenario. Today, tomorrow, it has no idea what's coming. That's the unknown. And it's terrified because it doesn't know how to protect you in an environment that it doesn't know. So we'll always try to take you back to yesterday. And we don't want yesterday. We want what's coming today and tomorrow and for the rest of your amazing life. So that's 7 minutes every day for that first week to get used to jumping on top of your thought patterns. Then there's one last video that's a recording of a hypnosis session that's about, I don't know, 15 minutes long-ish. And it's meant to just give your subconscious mind better thoughts, better notions of what's possible for you and where you're going, and to make that seem familiar and comfortable so that that protective part of you doesn't hold you back from the success that you started school to get to begin with. So that's week one. And I want you to do that. It's boring. I want you to do it every single day for 7 days because that will set you up for the best results in week two. Because in week two, you're going to do a self-guided hypnosis session to identify and break through the things that are holding you back, to re-identify what you believe is possible, and even maybe where that came from, to realize that most of the things that we think, that flashy part of our chattery brain, most of that stuff isn't true. It's ridiculous. It's just afraid of going forward into the unknown. And are you? You've got holdbacks and you've got hesitations and you've got wondering what it's going to be like to be a working reporter, but you're not terrified of going into what's coming next. I know there's a part of you that is relishing the opportunity to try it and to realize that, yeah, I had imposter syndrome too when I got out of school. I was terrified for at least the first 6 months because honestly, I was sure that the CSR board had made a mistake because of the 3 times I took the California state test. The third time was the time I didn't think I'd passed. I had an ear infection. I showed up just to take the test so I could prove to myself that was the test I was not going to pass. And when I got the letter saying I had passed, nobody in the world was more shocked than me. And literally, imposter syndrome kicked in. And for 6 solid months, I walked around feeling like somebody was going to tap me on the shoulder and say, Carrie, we made a mistake. We sent the wrong letter to you. It really belonged to so and so over here who fantastically passed that test and you didn't. Sorry, give us the license back. Stop pretending you're a court reporter. That's how little faith I had in where I was and who I was and what I had available to me going forward. I don't want that for you. I want you to step into your own authority and believing in yourself. Because honestly, it took me 30 years and then finding neuroscience and hypnosis and hypnotherapy and all the amazing stuff that goes along with it to understand what held me back in school for 2 years longer than it had to. What held me back from being magnificent right out of the chute as a new reporter? What held me back from making the kind of income I saw other court reporters making 20 and 30 years along the trail? And how I've challenged that for myself, just kind of not because I needed more income, but just like kind of out of curiosity. I won't give you the numbers now. Ask me if you want to know. But to just ask myself, gee, I wonder if it's possible if I could make that much money only working 2 days a week. I wonder if it's possible. I've been making this much money kind of every single month, just taking whatever jobs come along. I wonder, in a world of infinite possibilities, could I make double that just by thinking about it? Just by wondering if it's possible, by not having any hesitation of it or from it, no fear of it. Is that possible? Yeah, it is. And there are months that go by when I think, wow, it's still happening. It's still happening because it doesn't matter. It's okay. I'm making plenty of money. I'm happy because I love what I'm doing. I want that for you too. I want you to get rid of those feelings of whatever's holding you back. For me, it was literally what they would call a money block. It was a cultural thing. It was, God bless my grandmother who raised me. She lived through the Depression and she gave me downloads and messages of how life works. And it was how life worked for her, but it wasn't the same for me. But I took on those messages, those cultural remembrances, things like, Carrie, you got to work really hard for every dollar you make. And I did. I worked really, really hard. And there came a point about 30 years into my career when I looked around me and I thought, how come everybody else is making so much more money than me and they're not working anywhere near as hard as I am? And it took working with somebody one on one for 6 solid months to help my brain understand that that was just somebody else's idea and it wasn't mine. And I wasn't born with it, so I could get rid of it. I could let it go and I could replace it with a new message. So instead of, being afraid of making money or thinking somehow that was a bad thing, to embrace it going forward. And one of the things that came up in a session for me was saying the more money I make, the more taxes I have to pay. And then I open myself up to being audited and all the scary things that come along with making more money because I didn't come from a family that made money. That was a scary, unknown place. I had to come to a place where I could say, I make so much money that paying taxes is a pleasant treat. It's a thing that doesn't matter anymore. Because when you're making that much money, it's okay. Everything's okay. And it gives me the ability to help other people to get what they want in this life and to be, a role model in a way of saying, I've been there, I've done that. You guys, however you're holding you back, oh, I've done it probably 10 times better than you could ever do it. Quit school numerous times, came back, took the California state test numerous times, missed it by 5, missed it by 2, passed it and didn't believe I'd passed, holding myself back every inch of the way until 2017, when I sought out a coach to help me understand why my life felt like it was falling apart around me, and me realizing I was the common denominator in the destruction that was becoming my life, and to help me understand where those thoughts came from, that that's all I deserved, and that somehow I was lacking and missing something. And the only thing I was missing truly was being able to be aware of where those thought patterns came from. and that the chatter in my head is not me. If I can hear it, then who's listening? I'm listening. If I'm listening, it's not me talking. The voices in your head are not you. And therefore, there's a way for you to get on top of them and around them and past them. This is your life. Step up and take control of it. And I promise you, everything will change in the most amazing, brilliant, wonderful way. If you're interested in taking this 4-week journey, the link for the offer is in the description below. And it'll, clicking on there, you'll create a username and password and be able to go back into the program when you're ready to work on the next step, the next step, the next step. For the 4 weeks that I promise are going to change your life.